Here's another one. I'm not sure if this is an original or not. You can see it looks amazing. It could be original, but it kind of looks like an updated style. Very, very clear inscription at the bottom. This tree above sounds like it's going to fall at any moment. It is so scary sounding. And let's see if there's anything on the back here. Looks like nothing on the back. Wow, these things are so scary sounding in the wind. Let's see if we can. Is that? That one's really difficult to read. Might have to. I can see wife of something. You can see that it has been repaired once before. And where it has fallen backwards. Let's see, Robert Byard, son of George and looks like Hannah Byard. Let's see, what is it? Born Westmoreland County, Pennsylvania. Okay. I thought maybe it was an international immigrant. Very interesting. And then you can see that they have chosen, looks like a Bible verse maybe? It's hard, I'm actually trying to, looks like Revelation chapter something. I'm having to read it off my camera screen because the contrast is not very good. Over the years it's definitely deteriorated. Ooh, it looks like they're doing helicopter rides today. There's a bright red helicopter in the sky, which usually signifies that they're those commercial pay for a ride helicopters. I actually have been on them before. They're very expensive. Let's see, this is really a story, 1806 to 1878. And again, a very long bit of, looks like poetry there. So if anybody wants to read that, I'll hold it still here so you can pause. And let me try and get in a little closer. And then see very clearly at the bottom, Patrick Horn. And I love that those stay so good looking over all the years. I'm beginning to wonder if this dude or this person is just on their lunch break. (1867), a little bit of damage here. See, unfortunately, it is one of the stones here has sheared off and has been placed back up against its base. So unfortunate, but it does happen and occasionally needs to be repaired. So let's go ahead and head on towards the very back section here. Maybe see if we can look even more suspicious. Actually, you can see this one too is, oh, where's, Well, our officer is on the move. We'll see if they come over and say hi. I don't know, I kind of doubt it. Again, from their perspective, I'm a dude with a gigantic camera, so I'm not sure it's such a mystery to them what I'm doing. But we'll actually just go along the gravel road here and see what they do. If they want to pull in and say hi, that'll be cool. Here's another Woodman of the World marker here. These are always really incredible. And I'd like to read more about the process they go through of actually making these. See, 1814 to 1890, and you see David M. Schoaf and Mary Schoaf, and Mary's is 1819 to 1888, so incredibly historic. And it looks like they have their own little mini markers here too. Not really able to read them so much anymore. I know that we did do this row in an episode recently. Well, not recently, the last time we were here. It's been some years ago. Actually, I correct myself again. It was not the last time we were here that I did this. It was actually the time that, or I should say, the time before the infrared investigation here that we did. So that was kind of an interesting episode, but it was the episode before that we actually did go down this road, and I think we went over those stones, but we'll go over those in maybe a little bit here. You can see one of these clearly is missing a copy of what is right here. A little obelisk stone that probably either fell right over to the side here or behind it and is just sunk over the years. Well, they definitely pulled over to another part of the cemetery and just parked and got out, but now they're just hanging out by their car. So, getting some fresh air, I guess. I don't know. Here's an interesting one here, just because of the design. It looks like it has been probably cleaned recently. It looks pretty brilliant in color compared to some of the others. You see some really clean inscription too, almost like somebody redid the inscription or put a brand new stone here at some point. And you see 1879 for Elizabeth, and see if maybe on the other side we can get a, okay, yeah, and then George Simon 1872. And then right next to it, before we head around to the back here, and see that there is a unfortunate marker here that has fallen and really endured some heavy decay. And I'm gonna go ahead and guess it would look exactly like this one here. You can see that this is another Simon, it looks like, of 1868, maybe 1869. Very hard to tell. It's definitely endured some damage right around the date area, making it harder to see exactly what we're looking at, unfortunately. And a lot of these are very heavily damaged and also have a lot of lichen and plant growth on them. So I'm gonna have to try and interpret some of these later, and some of them may be up to you all to get your best read on them. So again, if there's anything that I don't say, this one looks like 1884, and I can't get a name. Curtis maybe? But yeah, if anybody sees one that I miss or one that I can't read and you can get it done, feel free to there's somebody coming around with a golf cart now, but feel free to share the inscription with us, because obviously I can't get every single one. And Eliza James, 1882. And I can't read 19 something. 1901 maybe? Very interesting. I wonder if they realized that they just took off on a public road in front of a police officer. I'm not sure if you can get a ticket. I don't know if golf carts are street legal here. In some places they are, I know, but I'm not sure here. Well, this is another one where they had not put the inscription for the wife of, Phanuel. That's an interesting one. Phanuel Jackson, 1852 to 1917, and then Martha D. Jackson, and it says 1860 to 19 blank. So I wonder if maybe perhaps she got remarried. And I think, wow, people are going and flying on crazy vehicles today. There's another electric scooter just driving by, but I think I found another geocache. This officer is going to wonder what in the world I'm doing. I'm just pulling packages out of trees. Oh, no, I think it was a geocache. And somebody opened it up, and unfortunately it got destroyed. So there went our officer. I don't know, taking an extended break and then getting out for some reason. Maybe just to get some fresh air, it looked like. It's like they got out, walked around for a little bit, stretched their legs, and got back in. Maybe a highway patrol or something, I don't know. Here's a Phoebe Gump, another historic family of the area, but I don't really know what their historic significance was. There is another road around here called Gump Road, and so a lot of these people must have been important enough to have had roads named after them, but I'm not sure the exact story, so it's another thing that I might have to go ahead and look up. And I am noticing some hidden stuff again, like I haven't really found too much recently. It has been a winter, so sometimes it's a little bit deceiving what's gonna grow up and cover things up during the summer. But you can see right here that there are hidden markers in there. It looks like it just says mother and father, and quite a tall bush that is alive. I mean, you can kind of tell that it's sprouting, so here in a little bit this is gonna get kind of even worse unless they come back and trim the bush. Actually, does that say Harriet, actually? So maybe they are names. That one's kind of damaged. It looked like Jonathan for a second, but I'm not 100% sure. This is another place. I didn't realize really how much I had kind of missed over the years, and so I think we're going to have another couple part series, and I was planning to head over today to get the third part of the Cedar Creek, we had some unfortunate rain again, which caused us to have a very short break, but now we're back on track. But I don't know if I'm going to have enough time and battery to get this all done, so it's going to be interesting to see. Here's another historic, there's Robert McComb, 1851 to 1932, and I know there is a McComb and Son funeral home, and I don't know if that's any relation or not. And I'm not sure if this tall obelisk down here is a zinc or not. We'll run around and check that here in a minute, but first let's do what I usually like to do, which is to check out some of the edges here to see if there's anything that has been forgotten, hidden over the years. Often it seems like it's the last row, but and we can see here, an historic Kell grave, Myrtle and Walter. Looks like 1892 to 1986, and then 1889 to 1973. And so it has the appearance that this is our final row. But whether or not it actually is another story. And so that's why I often like to walk behind and make sure, because a lot of times you end up finding these small little ground level markers that are hidden in what the modern day with the modern day cleanup crew and landscaping people think is maybe just a decorative area. And you can see here too that our fence, which looks like it's the original fence line, you can see it actually has fallen over in the back there. It still looks like it all remains there. It just needs to be reattached. So this place is another place that could use some renovation dollars and work. But I'm not seeing, so far anyway, any signs of lost headstones. These plants down here aren't super thick, so you can kind of see through pretty easily. And it does appear that this may be the legit last row. I'm going to continue to walk here for a little ways though, and then we'll check out some of the more historic stuff. And there is actually, not too far, an abandoned railroad tracks over there. And I see something. Oh, is that a drain? There's something right here next to the tree, and it's metal. But I think it's actually just a grate for a little drainage pipe that goes maybe underneath the tracks, I think. And you can see that the fence has been destroyed a little bit by this tree when it has grown up around it. I can't really say that I feel too bad about that. I would much rather the tree win than the fence, to be perfectly honest, so that's fine with me. But kind of interesting to see. I'm almost afraid now that I'm going to run out of memory. Oh yeah, for sure. It's not very clear. You can kind of see it. It's right here. It's definitely a metal grate. So far, it's looking like this place is pretty well cared for the most part. I didn't realize, wow, this actually turns into a little grass field back here. And well, if I can zoom in here, you can kind of see where the other tree line is. That is the abandoned railroad tracks. Just about a couple 100 feet from the edge here. And you can see that at one point it does appear that somebody has reinforced the existing structure with these wood beams. It kind of almost looks like they just cut a few trees out of the area and then bolted the fence to it so as to sort of prop it up and keep it from falling over like the other section. And also some barbed wire was added at some point. So, kind of an interesting choice. What is this? Oh, look at that. You can see that there is sap coming out of the tree, and there are ants, it looks like, behind it coming to collect the sap. Kind of interesting. And then right over in the brush here, you can barely see it, but it looks like a holiday wreath. Definitely not real berries. So there are actual, I'm going to be kind of careful here because there are actual modern burials here. And I don't want to step over the top of anything that's been recently dug. So I'm trying to be very careful. It looks like there might be something coming up here. But yeah, but luckily there's enough room here to get around. I just heard something. What is that? There's a blue ribbon. It looks almost brand new. Kind of weird. Kind of surprised we're getting down towards the other property line now, and I haven't seen a single thing. Oh, I think it was a rabbit that I heard, as it just went bounding out when I got too close here, so. Oh, and I think we have actually discovered one. Yeah, there is one. See, I told you, like, if you follow the line, a lot of times you can find something hidden, and we definitely found it. I can't get a name. Maybe I might be able to once I get back. Well, there's definitely some abandoned stones here. Shoot. Well, that's good to know at the very least. You can kind of see how easily it just gets hidden as we back up further and further. It just, you can see it looks like this is the final row that would go, and then it ends over there at that hill that the subdivision is on the other side of, but there are definitely things back here, and it looks like there might be another one right next to it.